Hi everyone, this is Men's here. I'm playing the Tier 10 British heavy tank, the FV215b heavy tank. Not the 183mm tank destroyer that is a little bit more popular right now. Now this tank, a lot of people don't necessarily like this because it doesn't really have good gun depression, and while the armor on the upper glacis and especially the turret front is very good, you do have a glaring weak spot in that lower glacis and sides. So it makes it a little bit tricky to play. What this tank does have though is very good accuracy. As you see here, it's basically like a little pinpoint even while moving at full speed, which isn't exactly high, but you do get up to the mid-30s fairly easily. And basically you have a bit more DPM than the T110E5 and accuracy, which helps. But the E5 definitely has a little bit better armor and that gun depression that you kind of miss when you play this tank. Now, playing this, you really just want to find little depressions in the ground so you're able to hide that lower glacis, but not deep enough to where you can't actually point over it, because your gun does not depress that much. Now for this map, you're kind of stuck going up the 1 and 2 line per se. Not entirely, but if you go south, you're going to hit a crap ton of TDs that usually sit just outside that enemy base there. I was kind of hoping that I could get a cheap shot off there, but it doesn't look like it. Now I am recording this live, so bear with me if I kind of cut out at times, since kind of get wound up in a moment. Now I don't want to push too far up here because I won't be able to actually fight without having an escape. So I'm just going to peek out here, see if I can get a quick shot, duck back.
We didn't even scratch them.
Now this spot, you do have a decent amount of cover from that ridge, but what you don't have is cover from artillery. So if there's no SPGs in your match, feel free to use that spot and you're fairly well protected. You can also kind of side scrape and angle around that corner if your tank allows it. Now you do have a decent amount of hit points, which is very nice, since when people are able to hit that lower glacis, you're going to need them. So it does kind of balance out in a way. There's 2 bounces. Shouldn't have aimed that far ahead. And as you see here, you don't exactly have a great deal ammo for your rate of fire. You will see that if you waste a bit too many shots, and at the end of the match you're really counted on, you're kind of lacking. Okay, this is getting a little boring. So I don't exactly have the best patience, so I'm actually going to try to push up and over just so I can spot things. Most likely I'm going to take a couple unwanted shots, but it'll be worth it if I actually make it over there.
One of our tracks is damaged.
I'm just going to let those people shoot a couple times. Yeah, this probably is not gonna work.
Track. Enemy armor is damaged.
Looks like I made it. Barely, but I made it. Sometimes you just have to fucking bite the bullet and push ahead. It's not ideal for you, but it definitely helps the team. I'm just gonna hope he shoots at my turret first. This does have surprisingly good turret armor on the top.
We didn't even scratch them.
Now people can penetrate the top part of it if they're kinda lucky in a Centurion,
That one didn't go through.
but if they hit most other places they won't be able to.
Penetration.
Now the slope isn't steep enough to where my lower glacis is that exposed, so I'm in a pretty good spot right here.
Penetration.
And with this tank you definitely want to
Vehicle destroyed.
stay close. I probably shouldn't have rammed him, I could have killed him anyway, but closer you stay to people, the
Get going.
less likely they're going to be able to shoot your lower glacis. So I'm actually not going to go north. Don't think there are many tanks there. I think they're mostly in the south. I don't know why these people are sitting on a 1 and 2 line still. There's only 5 enemies left, but to each their own.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Though, as you see there, you kind of can really do a hurting on people if you're able to just use your accuracy and hide that lower glacis as best as you can. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang back and hopefully let the team move ahead. So I don't have that much HP left. Times like this I just know we're gonna win, unless if there's some miracle, but I'd rather just hang back and see if I can get a few more lucky shots off without dying. Now, the central area of the map from C to E, usually I avoid it even in light tanks and everything in the beginning of the match. You really just want to focus on the outer part of the match first, since that's where the bulk of the fighting is. And even if you make it through the middle, there's so many choke points on this map that you won't do that much damage if you break through. He just had to back around that corner. And I don't know what that object was doing. I don't know if he was out further in the beginning of the match, but sitting back and near the base doesn't exactly help anybody.
Penetration.
And there we go, 3 kills. That was a decent match, 14 HP. I got a little bit lucky with that last shot, but I'll take it. Let's see, I did 4,700 damage, which is pretty nice. And you see that accuracy does pay off. I hit almost all my shots. And even though people basically bash on this tank for its lack of armor, as long as if you hide your sides in that lower glacis, which might seem hard, but in reality it's not that hard because a lot of the maps have little bumps on them and little rocks, you can soak up a lot of damage in this, especially if you kill a tank and then hide behind it. You can still poke your turret out and shoot them. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com.